This is by far the easiest way to make a graphic for your clothing brand. Today I'm going to show you guys how to utilize Kittl like a pro with AI features and custom typography to make a HELLSTAR inspired graphic. So let's make some fire. Let's go ahead and open a new project, 4000 by 5400. It's a POD presets. DPI is already set to the perfect amount. Orientation is already set to the perfect way, and let's go ahead and create our page. Now for this project, we're going to be using a combination of Kittl's elements and Kittl AI. So within Kittl AI, you can add in a description. This time we're going to be using the t-shirt graphic prompt. So just put that in the description, press generate, and then wait a few seconds for it to come up with a sort of racing helmet that we need. Bam, we got a nice little racing helmet here. Now we're going to go ahead and warp this a little bit so it's a bit elongated. And next we're going to go ahead and use Kittl's AI background remover, and then we're going to use the vectorize. We're going to set this one to 3 colors so we can go ahead and change the colors later on. And vectorize image, just got to wait a couple of seconds. Bam. Now we've got the vectorized image. We can go ahead and play with the colors. This orange, I want it to be white. This sort of cream, I'm going to set this to white also. And then we're going to have the black for the shadows. That's all we really need. Next, I'm going to go ahead and go into the elements panel, and I'm going to search up skeleton. We're going to go ahead and introduce this hand right here. We're going to make it a bit bigger. We're going to make it like the skeleton hand is holding the helmet in a sort of way. We're going to duplicate that one, and then we're going to flip horizontally, and we're going to place it in a sort of motion that looks natural to how you would hold an object. Next, let's go ahead and change the colors of these two assets to the same white on black that we need. Now we're going to go ahead and introduce a sort of grim reaper or something. So skeleton reaper. Oh, the zombie might be a cool idea actually. I'm going to go ahead and get this one right here. Going to make this a tad bit bigger, and we're going to place it at a sort of an angle. Make it a bit larger again, and let's go ahead and send this one to the back, almost like he's creeping up and holding the helmet that we're using. Let's go ahead and change these colors real quick. So let's make this one white, make this black, and make this white also, like so. So now we've got the main elements of our actual graphic. We can go ahead and start playing with the placements and start adding in some text. I like to group these fundamental elements, and in my layers, I'll normally name this like main. Let's go ahead and add in some typography by pressing T, and this little text box will pull up. Name your brand, whatever brand you have. I'm just gonna go with HELLSTAR Studios, as that was the reference point. For the font this time, we're gonna go with Dashley. Next, we're gonna go ahead and drop down the actual, I forgot what it's called. I'm pretty sure it's letter spacing. The technical term is kerning, I believe. Like so. In the effects panel, we're gonna go with the third one, like always. Offset, let's go ahead and drag this down a bit more. Angle, let's go ahead and make this the same. Actually, we want it coming from the bottom. Outline, make this thick as hell. Next, let's set this color to black. Go back into text settings, and let's go ahead and set this color to like a white. But Kittl has introduced gradients. So let's go with the gradient option, and let's go ahead and change these around. Make the shadows like a dull/red, and make the highlights dull red but brighter. Make this larger. I'm pretty sure HELLSTAR is technically one word, no? And let's go ahead and do some custom typography lettering, because we want like a swoop sort of effect, but we want it massive, like so. Next, let's add some by text. This time we're gonna go ahead and use a simple sort of typography, Krisha. So let's go ahead and just get this font real quick. And this time we're just gonna add a bit of a border real quick, and we're gonna change the color to white, and the border we're gonna make it black, make it a bit thicker, and this is gonna stay Studios, like so. Next, let's go ahead and add in our backplate. Now, you guys know I use custom brushes when I'm using other programs, but this time we're gonna just go ahead and use Kittl's elements to sort of create a look like that. Let's go into abstract real quick and find what I'm looking for. Is it brushes? Yeah, brushes might be the move. Perfect. Let's go ahead and add this little baby in, and let's send it to the back, and we're gonna add it in 3 times. 1, 2, and then 3. And then this time we're gonna go ahead and angle this one a bit differently, make it a bit larger, and hold shift so you can go ahead and warp the actual placement of it. I'm gonna go ahead and change these colors to a solid black so you can see the design start to come together. But I'm gonna show you guys a alternative to that sort of circle logo that everybody adds to the bottom of their t-shirts. So to do that, we're gonna go back to basic shapes. We're gonna add in a little circle like so, and we're gonna set this to black also. Next, we're gonna go back into abstract, and we're gonna go back into those brushes. And we're gonna grab this one right here. And we're gonna set this one to the back, like so. And we're gonna set this color to black so the circle looks a bit grunge. You know what's crazy? We could have just used the actual grunge circle rather than do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the initial circle because we don't need the initial circle anymore. Next is go back into shapes, and we're gonna go ahead and type stars. We need a nice classic star real quick. Like this. This is perfectly fine. Let's go ahead and change this border to the gradient and change this one to white, change this one to black. So this is gonna be a placeholder for a logo of some sort. Let's go ahead and group all this and go into the layers and add logo placeholder. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and make a duplicate of that, and that's gonna take care of any logo needs in this little corner. Let's go ahead and make this a bit smaller. Let's not hold shift as we do that so we can make it even. Place it towards the corner. Now we can go ahead and add some by text to fill this little space here. Actually, let's go ahead and introduce some custom type real quick. I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to do it using Kittl and a simple drawing book. So I got my drawing book here, and I'm gonna go ahead and make a nice little sketch on my drawing book to take a photo of that. After I sketch that, I'm gonna airdrop it to myself. We all know the power of AI is taking over, and personally, I kind of use it for almost every project now. But let me tell you about the game changer, Kittl AI. It lets you bring your imagination to life with copyright-free images and designs, which easily fit into your project. And with pre-made prompts, nailing the style of your images has never been easier. Enjoy unlimited credits until the 31st of December if you join Kittl today using the link in the description and code WILL. So let's go ahead and take a screenshot of this little sketch that I made. And we're gonna go ahead and go into our uploads, and we're gonna go ahead and upload this as a PNG. So in our desktop, it's gonna be here. So brightness, we're gonna bump this up. Contrast, we're gonna bump this up. Saturation, let's go ahead and turn down the brightness a bit so it looks like this. Next, we're gonna go ahead and use the vectorized image, and we're gonna keep it at one color. Bam, now we have custom typography within Kittl. I'm gonna keep it right here. I'm gonna add a bit of a border to it. Set the border to like a white, solid color. There we go. Now we've added some custom type into Kittl. That's gonna make up the front of the graphic. Let's go ahead and finalize it using some textures. We're gonna go ahead and introduce a grunge texture real quick. You know, I like to go with the first one as a safe option, but let's go ahead and try this one real quick. And let's set it to alpha mask. Damn. That looks pretty sick. That's a complete design. For the back of the design, let's go ahead and add a new window or new, I guess, Kittl page. Same POD presets. And we can go ahead and use some of the elements that we did for the back. So like this typography, we don't want to get rid of. And also maybe this will make a bigger sort of graphic like so. We might grab one of these branding elements. And now we're gonna go back into the Kittl AI. So I'm gonna search up the back of a Nissan GTR and then generate. So this is what it came up with, which is perfect actually for what we need. Next, we're gonna go ahead and use the Kittl AI remover. Perfect. Then we're gonna use the vectorize. We're gonna set this to 3 colors. Perfect. No, I can't beat the star. I'm gonna make this a little bit larger. Change the colors. So, ooh, should we go red? See if we need to add in any other elements. Let's go ahead and add in the studios. Bring forward real quick. Let me make this a bit more straight. Try this border weight. Perfect. Group everything. Go into textures, and let's go ahead and add in the same texture that we had for the front. Go back into the opacity and go into the blending modes and then alpha mask. Now within Kittl, they have Kittl mockups. So let's go ahead and use that. So let's go mockup. And we just want a simple t-shirt like this. They already have it set up for us. And then we can size it towards the t-shirt. Bam. And then we can download the graphic or download the mockup. Now, as a quick tip, when it comes to working with manufacturers, most of them will reject this because this is classified as a cut and sew print. So they would have to print this little section and sew it on. because ink doesn't really bend towards crevices like this, and you get a print that's a little bit off. Some of them will do it and they'll give you a bit of a warning, like this might look off, but just as a little warning for you guys. Essentially, that's how you make a design sort of within that HELLSTAR realm, within Kittl, completely from scratch, utilizing elements, type, and their new gradient feature, which is pretty sick. I hope you guys enjoy the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.